Hey gang, Sally here. Hope you are having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. So we are back today with another barking news. Where is my barker? There he is. Come here. Come here. Gotta be here for barking news. Yeah, we're back with another proposed BLM fee increase video. And this is the third one that I've done about this subject, but they're in different areas and there are different considerations. And I think it's really important that people get the message about what's going on. I mean, our groceries are going up constantly, right? Well, now everything else, of course, is going up as well. But I've got some background on this section and I'm going to give you a brief overview. We'll roll the intro and then we'll get into some of the details. We're not going to get too deep in the woods on this one because I think most people honestly probably won't care about it. But there are several sites at issue here that I certainly care about and that I have used quite a bit. So let's start off with a little bit of background here. We're talking about the Safford Field Office for the BLM area. And what we're talking about here are 8 different sites that are affected. 5 of those sites allow camping, the other 3 do not. And the 2 most used sites in the Safford Field Office area are Indian Bread Rocks and Hotwell Dunes. And with that, they each, I'm going to round numbers, but they each get about 20,000 annual visitors as of 2023. Currently, Indian Bread Rocks is the only fee-free site in this entire section that they're talking about making fee modifications to. There haven't been any fee modifications since 1999, and stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll give you all of the, when we come back, I'll give you all the details about what's going on and what they're proposing and why. But the comment period is open until October 21st, and I'll make sure that I've got the email address and the subject line in the description below for you to be able to reference those. Also, I will have links to the other videos that I've done on this series of BLM fee increases in Arizona. I haven't been paying attention anyplace else yet. Haven't helped me to see what's going on there. This fee proposal increase draft plan was over 60 pages, so I waded through a lot of it and I've condensed it down as low as possible for you. So thanks as always for watching my videos. I truly appreciate you taking your time to do that. If you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video, what you think of the fee increases. Well, pretty sure I know what everybody thinks of the fee increases, but feel free to share that. We're going to roll the intro and we'll be back and get right into this. Okay, I'm going to start off by telling you what the affected BLM sites are. And these are, as I said, they're in the Safford Field Office and Gila Box RNCA recreation fee sites that are affected. So it's Arrivapai Canyon Wilderness, 4 Mile Canyon Recreation Site, Flying W Group Day Use Area, Hotwell Dunes Recreation Area, Gila River Boat Put In, Owl Creek Campground, Riverview Campground, and Indian Bread Rocks Recreation Area with a proposed fee attached to it. So we're going to talk about that in more detail as we go along. They are not proposing to increase the fees at the Flying W Group Day Use Area. They do, as I said, they're going to establish a new fee site at Indian Bread Rocks Recreation Area, and they're going to modify the fee type at the Hotwell Dunes Recreation Area from a recreation use permit to an individual special recreation permit. That one had me kind of concerned when I first saw it because if you remember from the video about the non-LTVA areas that I did the other day, which also includes La Posa South, La Posa and Imperial Dam LTVA areas in the off season from April 16th until September 14th, you can actually use, it appears you can use in America the beautiful senior pass or access pass to get a 50% discount on those fees. So that was good news. But in this case, the potential of changing the designation at Hotwell Dunes to change the fee type from the standard amenity recreation fee, which would allow the discount, to an ISRP, turning it into a special area, which could potentially not use the discount. Spoiler alert, when we get to the end of this, they make it really clear that you'll still be able to use the discount there. And I have used my access pass at Hotwell Dunes before. So here's what they're looking for. For the Arapapi Canyon Wilderness, they want to increase from $5 to $12 per person per day or night. They want to increase the campsite fee at 4 Mile Canyon, Owl Creek Campground, and Riverview Campground from $5 to $15 per night, and from $2 to $5 per additional vehicle beyond 2 vehicles. Okay. At Hotwell Dunes, they want to change the fee type from a $3 standard amenity recreation fee to an ISRP, which is changing the amenity type, and then increase the fee from $3 to $15 per vehicle per day or night, with the option for an annual site pass of $80 per vehicle. They want to increase the boat launch ISRP fee at Gila River Boat Put-in from $3 to $8. And then upon developing the area, and this is the other one that's really important, they want to establish a new campsite RUP fee, that's recreation use permit, of $15 per night and $5 per additional vehicle beyond 2 at the Indian Bread Rocks recreation area. Wow. That's, it's a lot. It's, in many cases, I mean, just looking at Hotwell Dunes, they are increasing the current fee 5 times, $3 to 15 a night. That's a 5 times increase. That's crazy. But it is what it is. This is what they're doing, or what they're proposing. And, in the proposed plan, they go through all their background authority and all that kind of stuff. So we talked about this a little bit, but under 43 CFR 2931.2, BLM may establish a special recreation permit and fee system for the use of special areas. So that's their authority to be able to do this. Special recreation permits are for individual recreation use in a special area and are referred to as individual special recreation permits, ISRP. ISRP fee rates are set by the BLM state director. So they don't have to go through legislation or anything. They're set by the state director. And it's based on several considerations, which include management costs related to the special area, cost of operating the permit system in comparison with fees charged in similar areas. Now, what we've seen previously in reviewing fees charged in similar areas is that kind of seems to be out of whack, at least to my estimation, right? So BLM regulations and policy define a special area as any area where the authorized officer determines that resources need to be protected by special management and control measures, and that a permit system for individual use would achieve maximum objectives. In August of 2024, the decision was made to designate the Hotwell Dunes recreation area as a special area and require a permit system for individual use of the special area to better achieve special management objectives. Implementation of the permit system will be established will be published in the Federal Register. So I've been to Hotwell Dunes and I really, really, really liked it. Got pretty crowded on the weekends. I was there in February, which is their most visited month. And it was pretty crowded on the weekends, but otherwise pretty empty during the week for the most part. Plenty of room for people. It's a lot of dispersed camping as well as some designated sites. So, for example, in 2019, Hotwell Dunes had 9,133 visitors. In 2023, that was 19,082. They're averaging it out at 13,951. Indian Bread Rock Recreation Area in 2019 had 17,120 visitors, which spiked significantly in 2021 and 2022 to 28 and 26,000. 2023 was down to 23.9. So they're calling the 5-year average for Indian Bread Rocks at 22,665. I know it's a lot of numbers, guys. If you care specifically about the numbers, slow it down, go back and look at it. The specific numbers themselves are not that important. I'm giving you the numbers so you can get a feel for what's at stake here in terms of the number of people that are really going to care, and I mean, this is not a lot of people. I get that. But if you've been to any of these sites, they're pretty awesome. And I really don't want to pay 5 times as much for them. And hopefully you're willing to help uh, in the ability to not have to pay 5 times for those sites. So we'll see what happens. So what's interesting to me about Hot Well Dunes is that it's an artesian well, and it serves as the focal point of recreation activities within the area. It's the result of an oil drilling operation in 1928 that hit water instead of oil. The water is piped to 2 hot tubs, providing hot water soaking and recreational opportunities for visitors of all ages. The other features of this site include a wildlife viewing area, campground, and a 2,200-acre sand dune complex, providing great adventures for off-highway vehicle enthusiasts, an opportunity that's hard to find elsewhere in the state. And it was actually pretty daggone good hiking. The views are great. I really enjoyed my time there this past winter. Again, they want to modify the entire permit type to an ISRP from a standard amenity fee, but that'll turn out to be okay. I'm not okay with increasing it by 5 times. The first business plan for the site was approved in January of 1997, and the standard amenity fee was set at $3 a day then, and it has not changed. So there's that. So like when I was there in February, it cost me $1.50 a day. Huh, that's pretty cheap. It's actually ridiculously cheap. It's lower than it really should be. My objection to all of these increases is across the board with all of these videos that I've done is that they simply are trying to make up for lost time. And I think that that's wrong. I think there has to be some moderation of, you know, how much of it are you going to make up at once? I don't understand why they seem to think it's so difficult to be able to build in an incremental increase scale. I mean, they could say, for example, we're going to raise it from $3, even double it to $6, in 2025. And then from there, increase it, you know, 15% a year, 25% a year until we reach the number that we're looking for. Just saying, it's just an idea. But the whole thing around Indian Bread Rocks is also interesting because it is a fee-free area at this point. The only amenities that it has, as amenities are defined by the BLM, are access roads. It claims to have visitor protection. I need to dig into that a little bit deeper and see what on earth they think that means. It does say it has toilet facilities, but no trash, no picnic tables, no designated spaces, no toilets, no campfire rings, none of that stuff. So, they're going to have to do a lot of work. And in fact, it says this site has no established fee, and it's being proposed as a new expanded amenity recreation fee site. The proposed fee site would be an expanded amenity of $15 per site per night. The fee would cover 2 vehicles per site with an additional $5 per vehicle as space allows at each site. My question here is, why do they need to do this? Why does it make sense to spend funds to develop to further develop a site that is currently fee-free? So they go on and they talk about fee-free days, which you might be familiar with from National Park Service, things like, Veterans Day is a free day, so on and so forth. So authority for the establishment of fee-free days authorizes 5 agencies to establish fee-free days on the lands that they manage. That includes the BLM, Bureau of Reclamation, National Park Service, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and the U.S. Forest Service. For the BLM, fee-free days refer to the waiver of standard amenity fees and day use fees only. And fee-free days are not applicable at Arapahoe Canyon Wilderness and the Gila River boat put-in, but they do apply to all the other sites that we're discussing here. So, and fees not subject to coverage or discount with the America the Beautiful passes typically include special areas which require an ISRP, such as Arapahoe Canyon Wilderness and the Gila River boat put-in. However, and I'm reading this and I'm thinking, all right, so no more discount at Hot Well Dunes. But in accordance with the guidance for the applicability of interagency passes where expended amenity recreation fees or ISRPs are charged, the AO has determined it appropriate to allow the use of access and senior passes for a 50% discount of expanded amenity campsite fees for all campgrounds in the SFO, that's Safford Field Office, which would also apply to one special area of Hot Well Dunes Recreation Area. The HWDRA was determined to be appropriate by the AO to apply the America the Beautiful discount to the ISRP because the special area contains a 14-unit campground and 2 hot tubs, which were formerly administered as a standard amenity fee. So that's really good news. So the America the Beautiful or interagency passes are applicable at 4 Mile Canyon Recreation Site, Hot Well Dunes, Owl Creek, Riverview, and the proposed Indian Bread Rocks recreation area. Now, with Indian Bread Rocks, they are not going to start charging a fee there until they actually do the development. And when they first said that, you know, 20 or 30 pages back, we are on page 41 right now. Aren't you glad I'm summarizing this for you? But when they first started talking about Indian Bread Rocks, they said that they're not going to charge the fee until they've put in the developments. I'm still in favor of not developing it, and I kind of think that if it's going to get developed, that should be the very last thing that gets done. If they're going to manage to get fee increases put in for these other sites where fees are already being collected. The next thing that's important to know, though, is that they are planning to digitize fee collection efforts. And reservation service fees could range from 50 cents to $10 per transaction, depending on the type of service provided. And just like the other BLM draft proposals that I've read through, they want to tie this to the consumer price index so that they can increase each fee by 20%, round it up to the nearest dollar, when there is a 20% increase in the CPI from the date this business plan is approved. So then we get into all of the rest of the stuff, right? The stuff about why are they doing this? Well, they're doing it because overall, there is an impact to not increasing fees. And the impact is that if they leave the fees as is, then the infrastructure will continue to deteriorate. And that just is, it's not optimal by any stretch of the imagination. But more importantly, and this is the thing that really struck me, the SFO, Safford Field Office, recently received tens of millions of dollars in appropriated money through GAOA. I don't know exactly what that stands for. It's Government Something Office of Something. For the improvement of select recreation facilities. The coming upgrades to recreation facilities and roads will require continued maintenance and care to ensure a worthwhile return on investment to the public. Not increasing the fees would impact the ability to upkeep significant investments, such as solar array systems and water systems, as they age over time and become in need of repairs. And that all actually does make sense. So once again, we've got a public comment period that extends until October 21st. I would encourage you, please, to consider, sending a comment on each of these proposals that I've covered in all separate videos, or at least the ones that resonate the most with you, because if we don't participate, we have no one to blame but ourselves when we don't get to have the use of the facilities and the recreational opportunities that we've always wanted. So hope you got something out of this video. Please do leave us a comment down below. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Super appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Hopefully not with another fee increase video. Thanks for watching.